into our phase 2 of our core strength yoga. And once again, we're going to start from a seated position and concentrate on the breath. So just find a comfortable position for you with the legs crossed if it's comfortable, but you can bring the feet out in front if you prefer. And I just want you to give the shoulders a little bit of a shrug up into the neck. And just loosely let them down. Give them a nice shrug up into the neck. Again, just relax them down. And we're taking the hands wherever feels comfortable for you. You can take it into a mudra. If you prefer just to hold the knees or just relax the hands into the lap, that's just as comfortable for you, that's fine. And I just want you to relax those shoulders down away from the ears. And I want you to imagine somebody's pulling a string all the way up through the head to make you nice and tall through the spine. And just very gently drawing that belly button in. And you can close the eyes or just concentrate on a spot in front of you. It's whatever you prefer once again. And start to concentrate on that breath. And we're going to inhale in for 3 and exhale for 4. So when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And just keep the breath flowing. Counting to 3. Concentrating on feeling that lung space. We're going to start to lengthen the breath to the count of 4. And again, it's in for 4 and out for 4. Just flowing with that breath. And lengthen again for the count of 5. And start to relax the breath to something that's more natural for you. And we're just coming in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. Again, whatever feels right for you. And we're just going to gently bring the palms together at the front. We're going to start to connect our pelvic floor. So inhaling in, filling the lungs, filling the belly. As you exhale, we're zipping those muscles in together and lifting up. And again, as you breathe in, just letting those muscles relax. It's just as important that the pelvic floor relaxes. And again, as you breathe out, you're squeezing the muscles together. So with the breath, your own breath, whatever feels right for you, inhale, relax, exhale, squeezing the front and the back of the pelvic floor in and up. So just doing a few rounds of this, just your own breath. As you squeeze the pelvic floor, it helps to squeeze the hands together. And gently take the hands to the knees. We're going to take a deep breath in, rising up, flattening that spine. As you breathe out, dropping the chin to the chest, just curling down all the way through the spine. Again, breathing in, lifting up. Breathing out, take it down. Breathe in, lift. We're just warming up the spine, warming up the core. Just do a few rounds of this, just to your own breath once again. Breathing in, coming back to centre. And when you're ready, we're going to circle round from the hips. So bringing it all the way forward, all the way back. Back the other way. Come back to centre, nice and tall through the spine. Those shoulders a nice roll. We're going to take the hands to the shoulders and just circle them round. Just take away any tightness in those shoulders and back the other way. You're going to take the hands behind the back, place them onto the mat, and you're going to lift up through the spine, pressing the chest out. Just a gentle squeeze of the shoulders together. And again, I just want you to take a few rounds of breath here, just really concentrating on filling that lung space from the back through to the side, all the way through to the front. And trying to lengthen each breath as you go. Just really making the most of that lung space. And very gently start to walk the hands forward to wherever feels comfortable for you. It may just be here. Maybe I'll come down a little bit further. Feeling that stretch into the outer hips, into the glutes, into the lower spine. Just breathing here. Slowly walking those hands up. We're going to bring the feet together at the front. We're going to come into butterfly. So just holding on to the ankles or the shins, you're going to use the elbows against the knees. Lift up tall, draw that belly button in, and just very gently you're going to press down on the legs and just give it a little bit of a rock from side to side as you just open up those hips. And we're working the core. It's just as important to work on loosening the hips, because if the hips are tight, the back's tight, the core's tight. Taking hold of those feet at the front, again lift up tall through the spine and just fold gently forward. You really feel this in the hips this time. And very gently we're going to bring the knees in together, place the hands behind the back, lift up through the spine, and very gently you're going to drop both knees to one side. So it's just a very gentle spinal twist. And take it across to the other side. And then we're going to take it back to the other side. We're going to do it with a little bit of movement this time. So we're creating a little bit of warmth in the spine as we do that. Just bending the knees, feet hip width apart. Taking the hands to the knees, take a deep breath in, lifting up. Deep breath out, rolling down through the spine. And breathing in, lifting up. Breathing out, rolling down through the spine. And moving with your own breath. So just warming up that core. Coming back to centre, we're just going to bring ourselves round onto all fours. So you're going to place the hands directly underneath the shoulders, and again we're going to do cat-cow from all fours. So taking the knees hip width apart, feet flat to the floor if you can. You're going to take a deep breath in, start to drop the belly down, look up. As you breathe out, you're going to arch the back, press away from the mat, you're drawing that belly button in. Again, deep breath in, drop the belly down, look up. As you breathe out, you're going to arch that back, press away from the mat. And just do a few rounds of this just to your own breath. And back to centre, just give those hips a nice circle round. Back the other way. And then come back to centre. We're going to take one leg out, and I want you to point the toes down. So trying to hinge the hips forward, keeping the body facing front. Holding here for a moment. You're going to take the opposite hand out. Hold for a couple of breaths. Then you can start to point the toes, and very slowly you're going to bring the hand and the knee in together. So spread the fingers that are on the mat to help you balance. And just gently start to reach it out. So stretching through the body. Again, in together. Nice and slow and controlled, and slowly out. And I really want you to crunch the body in. So literally you're drawing the belly button in, feeling the arch in the back as that knee comes in. And then we're going to hold. Breathing here, then you're going to relax it down. We're going to do the same on the other side. So take the leg out, hinge the hips forward, the toes are going to start to point down. Holding here for a moment, take the opposite hand out. Breathing for a moment. And relax the foot, and again we're going to bring that hand and knee in together. So you're feeling a slight arch in the spine, then drawing it back out. So you're really crunching that belly in. It's a nice, slow and controlled movement. Again, take it out. We're going to do that one more time. Take it in, feel that crunch. Take it out and hold. And place it down. We're going to open the knees very slightly and bring the feet in together, and we're going to take ourselves into child's pose, reaching those hands forward. Bring the head down to the mat, so you're going to feel the stretch in the upper back and into the shoulders. And start again to concentrate on the breath. So inhaling in through the nose and just out through the nose or mouth, whatever pattern feels right for you. Over here, we're going to start to concentrate on the pelvic floor. Again, remembering to squeeze the pelvic floor in and up as you come to an out breath. So we're working with the diaphragm rather than against it. So as you breathe in, make sure you relax those muscles. And as you breathe out, squeezing everything in and up. And we're just going to do a few rounds of this. You may find from this position you feel it a bit more in towards the back than the front. It's different for everybody. But this is why it's good to practice it from different positions. And start to bring the concentration just back to the breath as you relax the pelvic floor. Slowly coming up onto the knees. Placing the hands a little bit further forward. You're going to rock across. So you're just holding yourself over the top of the hands with the chest, and then just very slowly lower all the way down. I'm going to place the forearms to the mat and just lift into Sphinx pose. So you're just holding here for a moment. So just a gentle curve of the spine. Then take the head across to one side. And then across to the other side. Coming back to centre. When you're ready, bringing the chest down to the mat. The hands are coming underneath the chest and the shoulders, and you're going to press back to child's pose. But we're not going to stay there very long. You're going to really reach forward through the upper body. Take a few breaths. Slowly coming onto the knees, again coming forward. So you're bringing that upper body over the hands. And very slowly, keeping those elbows in towards the body, you're going to slowly bring yourself down and slowly up. Instead of using the forearms, we're coming to the hands if it's comfortable for you. Breathing here for a moment, pressing back into child's pose. So we're going to do that one more time. So we're warming the back, feel the stretch from child's pose, then again on the knees. Bring it forward, pinning those elbows in, slowly bring it down and lifting up. And keeping those elbows tight towards the body. Slowly bring yourself up. And then you're going to start to tuck the toes this time and come up to downward facing dog. So we're taking the feet hip width apart, slight bend in the knees. Then you're just going to walk those feet. Spreading the fingertips on the mat. And then start to come into position with a slight bend in the knees, but trying to keep the weight evenly between the hands and the feet. Just holding here for a moment, looking back towards the ankles. When you're ready, you're going to bend the knees a little bit more so they're hovering just above the mat. So you'll feel this in your abs as you draw the belly in, but you will feel it in the tops of the legs as well. And gently pressing back, feeling the stretch in the back of the legs, but you don't have to lock the knees out. Just feel the stretch along the back of the legs. Again, bending the knees, hovering here. Then slowly press it back. Very slowly, we're going to come down onto the knees, flatten the feet, spring it forward, slowly come down, and we're coming up into Cobra. Feel that stretch in the spine. Take it back to child's pose, bringing the head to the mat, stretching through the upper body. So we're coming into a bit more movement than we have been in the first phase with the core strength. So we're warming the body with a bit of a flow. And slowly onto the knees, tucking the toes back to downward facing dog, keeping a bend in the knees, weight evenly between the hands and the feet. Breathing here for a moment, then coming forward, drop into the knees, Flattening the feet as you spring forward. Slowly down, keeping the elbows in. Lifting up. Feel that stretch in the back. Holding here for a little bit longer this time. One more time, coming back into child's pose. Bringing that head down to the mat. And slowly coming up onto the knees, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Slight bend in the knees, again holding here for a moment. Again coming forward, drop into the knees, flatten the feet, come forward, lower down, lift once again. You should feel the back starting to lift a little more each time. Slowly bring yourself down to the mat. You're going to bring the hands underneath the head and just rest that head down to the palms of the hand, relaxing the shoulders into the mat. You may want to rock the hips slightly, just letting the belly relax into the floor. We're just going to take a few rounds of breath. So bring the breath all the way through the lungs, into the belly, to feel the warmth in the belly. You're going to lift the head from the mat, take the hands behind the back and interlace the fingers and just reach up. If you can, lift the legs, but you don't have to. Just breathing here for a moment. And rest it down, take the hands underneath the head once again. When you're ready, we're going to lift the chest off the mat and I want you to interlace the hands, keeping those arms onto the floor. We're going to come into a plank position, so I want you to curl the toes at the back. I'll shuffle forward a little bit for you. So we're keeping the upper body so it's over the top of the hands. The head, sorry, so it's over the top of the hands. And when you're ready, you're going to start to tuck the toes. Now, if it doesn't feel right in your back at all, you're going to bring yourself down. So very slowly tucking the toes, you're going to lift up, drawing the belly button in. Now, the back needs to be flat. You don't want to be having the belly dropping down or too far up. You're going to try and flatten the back. If this is too much, come to the knees and just use the upper body and draw the belly button in, because you'll still get that stomach flattening feeling, and then just very gently drop the belly down for a moment. Take a few breaths. Again, lifting up. Take a few breaths here. And when you're ready, we're going to press back. So we're going to start to bring the bottom up towards the ceiling. The head's going to come down to the mat. So we're coming into dolphin pose. So the weight is between the hands and the forearms. And slowly we're going to slide into plank. So the upper body's going to start to come over those hands once again. Draw the belly button in. We're really challenging that core this week. Again, take it back. Head comes to the floor, the bottom comes to the sky. One more time, take it into that plank position. Try and flatten the back, but remember, if you need to come to the knees, come to the knees. Now come to the knees. Lower the belly down. Take the hands underneath the head, lower the head to the mat once again. Take a few rounds of breath. Then take the hands together behind the back, and we're just going to lift the feet if you can, but you don't have to. We're just going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Rest the hands, the feet you're going to press back to child's pose. We're going to rest that out. Just bringing the head down to the mat, and you're just going to breathe here for a moment. You feel the stretch through the upper body, and just the concentration to the breath. Again, inhaling in through the nose, and out through the nose or mouth. And slowly coming up onto the knees. Take the hands together behind the back. You're going to reach those arms up and away, so you're stretching the shoulders. And place the hands to the mat, press through the chest. Try and feel that arch in the back as you press the chest forward. Just breathing here for a moment. We're going to bring ourselves into a seated position. So you're taking the feet out in front. You're just going to bend the knees for a moment. And I want you to lift up again as you breathe in, as we did before. As you breathe out, you're going to roll down through the spine. Chin to chest. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, take it down. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, take it down. Breathe in, lift. We're going to stay here for a moment, take a few rounds of breath. Taking the hands away, we're going to do the same again. So breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to take it down. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, take it down a little bit further if you can. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, take it down. We're going to hold, but don't hold your breath. Just keep the breath flowing as you hold here for a moment. Really using that core. We're slowly coming up. We're going to take the hands together out in front. Breathe in. Breathe out, take it down. Breathe in again. Breathe out to the side. Breathe in to center. Breathe out to the side. Breathe into center. Just do a few rounds of this just to your own breath. So we're going to really work the obliques, using the whole of the core. The next time as you come to center, slowly roll up. We're going to take underneath the knees. Just tip the feet. Very slowly, we're going to bring those feet out in front. Just holding here for a moment. Breathing here. Tap it down. We're going to take a few breaths. Slowly come back. Again, taking the feet to wherever feels comfortable. You may feel you can bring the legs a little bit further up this time. Again, it's whatever feels right for you. If you prefer a bend in the knee, that's absolutely fine. Again, we're going to tap that out. Rest for a moment. Come up. Take it down. Lift the legs. Take the hands away. We're going to hold for a few breaths. If you need to tap it out, but we're going to try and really use that core. Tap the feet out. You're just going to cross the feet at the ankles, give yourself a nice hug. So you're arching the back forward, dropping the chin down towards the chest. Give yourself a bit of a hug, and you may want to rock here, so you're releasing the spine. I'm just going to swizzle around on my mat. When you're ready, just going to flatten the legs out. And just very gently start to roll down through the spine, slowly, 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 till you come to the mat. Interlace the fingers and reach it up above the head, so you're stretching all the way along that spine. Breathing here. Then we're just going to bend the knees and bring those knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Just gently, we're going to rock from side to side, so you're massaging that back into the floor. Back to centre again, squeezing the knees in. Release it out. We're going to bring the hands down by the side, and when you're ready, tuck the chin to the chest, and we're going to lift the upper body up off the mat into a crunch. Breathe in here. If you need to rest the head into the hand, you're not pushing the head up, you're just pressing the head back into the hand as a support. Rest it out, so you're just going to bring the feet to the mat for a moment. Then when you're ready, just squeezing those knees in, hands to the side, lifting up. So we're really using that core. Breathing here once again. Relax it down so the feet are coming to the mat. That hip width apart, and you're just going to let the knees come in together. So I want you to try and relax the back into the floor. So this little arch underneath is going to start to disappear. Probably won't disappear completely. But you're just trying to literally press that back down and really relax the shoulders down now. So you can bring the hands down by the side. Palms facing up towards the ceiling, relaxing everything down, and start to draw the attention to the breath. So we're inhaling in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. In through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Really pressing that back into the floor. Just taking a few rounds of breath, and then we're just going to bring the knees apart. And you're going to grab your cushion. You may even have a yoga block put between the legs, but if you have a cushion, that's fine. You may even be able to roll it into two, but it doesn't matter if it's just in one. It's the squeezing that makes the difference, but if you have got a block or a ball, that's absolutely fine. So you're going to walk the feet up towards the bottom, and you're going to take the block between those knees. You're going to take the hands down again by the side, palms up or palms down. It's whatever feels right for you now, and relax those shoulders down. And this time we're going to start to connect the pelvic floor. So you're going to breathe in, let the body relax, the lungs and the belly fill. As you come to your next out breath, you're going to squeeze the knees against the block or the pillow as you squeeze the pelvic floor up and into the belly button. And then just relax everything down. So you're relaxing the knees as well. Again, when you come to your next out breath, squeeze. So you're squeezing the pelvic floor and squeezing the knees against the block. Again, breathing in, relax. You're going to do a few rounds of this. And squeeze on the out breath as you squeeze the pelvic floor. We're going to do that one more time. And then we're going to take the block or pillow away. We're just going to come to a natural breath. We're not going to worry about the pelvic floor for a moment. We're just going to start to press into bridge, lifting that bottom from the mat, pressing the hands and the feet into the floor. Just holding here for a moment, just keeping the breath flowing. And then slowly rolling down through the spine. We're going to rest it out for a moment. When you're ready, lifting up, pressing those feet, pressing the arms, hands into the mat. Again, slowly rolling down. We're going to bring the feet together and we're going to open the legs either side into butterfly. Again, bringing the palms facing up. We're just going to breathe here for a moment. We want to give the hips a little bit of a rock into position. We're just starting to concentrate on that breath. And inhaling in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. Feeling that stretch in the hips. We're going to bring the knees in together. And very gently, just going to let those knees drop down to one side and take the head in the opposite direction to the knees. You may want to bring the hands a little bit further up, so out to the side. And then breathing here for a moment. And take those knees across to the other side, and again take the head in the opposite direction to the knee. Just holding here, concentrating on the breath. Back to centre again, bringing the knees into the chest, just giving them a hug, rocking from side to side, so just releasing that spine into the floor. And back to centre, we're going to bring the knees out, and then circle them in together, and then bring them out to the side. So we're just working on the hips, then back the other way. Squeezing them into the chest, rocking very gently from side to side. And start to make circles with those knees all the way around. And back the other way. Looking in towards the chest, with a nice squeeze. We're going to take the feet up towards the ceiling and just point and flex the toes for a moment so you feel that blood run all the way up and down the legs. Squeezing into the chest once again. And Just relaxing one leg down, squeezing that knee in. And then you're going to draw that knee across the body, or you may just want to step it across if you prefer just to step, that's fine. Taking the head in the opposite direction, so you're just taking that spinal twist a little bit deeper than you did before. Draw back to centre, release that leg down. I'm going to do the same on the other side, bringing the knee in. Give it a quick squeeze into the chest, the ligaments going across the body, and face the opposite direction to the legs. So you're really going into that deep spinal twist. Draw back to centre. One more time, give yourself that hug. Pressing that back into the floor, really giving it a massage into that mat underneath you. And just slide the feet down to the mat. You're going to take the feet about hip width apart, and I just want you to rock the ankles. So just gently opening the hips. And just relax, let the feet naturally fall, and bring the arms down by the side. Palms facing up, and just slide those arms away so the shoulders are dropping down away from the ears, and you're going to take the head from one side across to the other side, just releasing the neck and come back to centre. And I just want you to close the eyes and just start to let the body relax into the floor. So the shoulders and the head are going to go nice and heavy, the backs of the hands, the back, the glutes, the legs, all the way down to the ankles are just going to relax into the floor. And I want you to start to concentrate here on the breath. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose and let it go through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose. Release through the mouth. One more deep breath in. Release. Just start to come to a natural breath for you. And just concentrate on the flow of that breath. Of the cool air coming in and the warm air that flows out. And just start to really concentrate on that breath. And just relax. And you can stay here for a little bit longer and meditate if you wish, or just end your practice here. Namaste.